Have you ever wondered how long it would take to play and beat through every single mainline Kirby game? Well, I did. It was not fun. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you all my experience from running the Kirby main series RTA and dividing up into 3 different parts. What is the main series run? How did my run go? And the aftermath of this run. Let's get into it. First off, what even is the main series RTA? The Kirby main series RTA is a category on the multiple Kirby games section on Speedrun.com. This category involves you beating all of the 13 mainline Kirby games along with Kirby Superstar Ultra and Nightmare and Dreamland. For some reason not throwing in Return to Deluxe. Before deciding to run this, I knew I was already screwed from the start because before this, I've only really taken seriously Amazing Mirror and not any other Kirby game. So here's my plan. I scheduled to do the run on July 12th, and I had around 2 weeks to practice each game individually to get a feel for what it was going to be like. In the first week, I decided to take each individual day to do a run for every game and basically find out an estimate for how long it would take without breaks. Here's what my pre-run looked like. I didn't add any breaks. I just paused the timer in between games and it ended out at around 28 hours. I did a few extra bits of changing the orders of the games and adding breaks and such, and I ended out with a pretty solid schedule of games and ended out to be around a 34-hour total, including the first practice runs times. And with everything scheduled, the day rolled around and I woke up bright and early at 9:30 a.m., which is still pretty early for me in the summer. I grabbed me some water, set up my webcam, and got started with probably the hardest game to do out of all these simply because of the recording restrictions. I decided to do Triple Deluxe first because I feel like it was going to be the most painful to do. I can't NTR stream it and I don't have a capture card, so I ended up just grabbing my webcam and pointing it down onto it, which wasn't very fun, but it's the only way I could have recorded it. I only had one practice run of this game. This game is pretty long, especially for like a newcomer. It's painfully long. I hated running this game because I can't stream it. I had to actually use the DS, which hurt a lot. I ended up PBing this game with a total of 2 hours, 58 minutes, and 59 seconds, which definitely could be better, but that's all I could really do for all the experience I had. After my hands were in shambles, I decided to move on straight next to the next game, which is way better for my hands. I really enjoy Squeak Squad as running the game since I got better at it after running the main series. In a whole, I really like the flagship era, and this game is no exception. It takes Wheel to a whole nother level of mobility, and I generally just have fun running this game. I ended up beating Squeak Squad with a total of 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 42 seconds, which I mean isn't horrible. This is like my 3rd time running this game at the time. After beating Squeak Squad, I took a quick break and then hopped immediately to the next game. As this run only being my 3rd run, I honestly did way better than I thought I was gonna do. Running this game is a lot more different from running other Kirby games simply because of the environment and the copy abilities. Like Jet, they brought back Jet, which is insane. It's really fun picking up Jet again simply because of how many games it's not included in. Instead it's mostly Wheel, which this game has, but Jet's way better than it. With all these different elements of the game aspects changing from the typical Kirby game, it is really fun to learn and run, even though it can be pretty long at the start. I ended up PBing Planet Robobot with a total of 2 hours, 38 minutes, and 31 seconds, which is a little over an hour behind the world record. After Robobot, I had a scheduled dinner break, and then once I was finished eating, I moved straight to the next game. Let me tell you about Superstar Ultra. I had a minor accident while doing a soft reset in between one of the games, and I did not know that. Here's the clip of me when I realized that I fucked up.
You're free.
You think I'm done? No, I'm not. I still have 2 more games to go through in this game. Oh no. So right here, I thought that I reset too early on the ending cutscene for Meta Knight, so I went back in and tried it again. Finally. Wait, what? I realized that it wasn't Meta Knight because I sat through the entire ending cutscene and it still wasn't unlocked. So I ended up going back for Dynablade and Great Cave to see if maybe that was the problem. I ended up replaying through literally every other game on Superstar Ultra and saved Spring Breeze for last because I thought, oh no, surely I did that. No. Wait. No. Oh my god. So it was Spring Breeze. After that, I didn't really have much problems other than being Bunions at Revenge of the King, and I ended up finishing Superstar Ultra with a dog shit time of 1 hour, 54 minutes, and 26 seconds. I was more than happy to move on to the next game. Return to Dreamland is honestly way more of a refresher than Superstar Ultra. I was happy to move on to a game that I was actually somewhat decent at. Return to Dreamland honestly isn't too bad of a starting game to run for newcomers. I mean, it is like a longer title, but it's pretty straightforward. Nothing really interesting happened during my run. I just did the run. I got a final time of 2 hours, 36 minutes on the dot. I was still feeling pretty okay, so I just grabbed myself a snack and move on. As much of a pain it is to learn this game after learning other Kirby games, I still have a lot of fun with Nightmare in Dreamland. The difficulty is turned down from the original Kirby's Adventure by a lot. This game is also pretty easy to pick up. It's a lot different from other Kirby games with movement and such, but it's still really fun. Nothing's much to say about this run. I didn't get my PB, but I got a final time of 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 46 seconds. I mean, the run wasn't horrible. I could have done way better, though. I have a 10-minute lead on my PB, and also 7-2 sucks. Alright, moving on to Forgotten Lands. It wasn't looking too good. I'll be back. For context, before I started up Forgotten Land when I was eating my dinner, I decided to grab an energy drink to, you know, give me a little bit of boost for the night. Try and play better because it was getting pretty late. And I think that might have done it worse than good. Throughout the early points of Forgotten Land, I started noticing my heart rate was increasing more than usual. I was finding it hard to breathe, and I didn't really know what was happening, so I just decided that I needed to take a minute to myself to recollect what's been going on. Huge thanks to my friends who are wondering what was going on with me because I just wasn't there. They didn't know what was going on, and they came to make sure that I was doing okay. Even worse in this situation, Dark Rio ended up actually raiding me because he was doing a run before this, and I wasn't even there to say thank you. I ended up just getting some water, taking a minute to relax, and I came back stronger to finish out the run. I ended up finishing Forgotten Land with a 2 hour 47:33, which really isn't the best, but I was gone for a few times mid-run. After that, I knew I had to play it a bit more safe with how I execute playing these games, and I just decided to move on. I originally scheduled me to sleep after Forgotten Land, but I was still feeling pretty good. I wasn't really tired anymore, so I decided to keep pushing and see how much I could do. Dreamland 2 is honestly a really big step up from Dreamland, especially since they're on the same console. I don't know if it was just because I was tired, but I felt like this game was chugging, taking a while. It shouldn't really take long. All I know about running this game is that you use Coup and Cutter. That's all I really know. It also sucks the fact that I got a worse time than the practice run that I did 2 weeks before doing this. I also really hate this fish. Other than that, I finished Speedrun 2 at 1 hour, 36 minutes, and 50 seconds, which is honestly embarrassing. Took a quick shower to freshen up a bit, and then hopped straight over to the next game. I decided to do no stone glitch for adventure because it was allowed and I thought it'd be fun for running it for the first time. And honestly, I'm not the best at it, but it was still pretty fun using UFO. I don't know the out of bounds glitch with UFO, so every time I had to drop it, I ended up just going back for it, which definitely made my run really bad. I'm not the biggest fan of adventure speedruns because I just think the game's a little too different for my liking compared to other Kirby games. It's still a great game on the NES, but definitely not my favorite to run. I ended up finishing Kirby's Adventure with a total of 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 52 seconds, which is like very, very bad. It was around 5 a.m. at the time, and I knew it was getting really early in the morning, and I was getting decently tired, but I knew I could keep going, so I just decided to move on anyway. Star Allies was really the slap in the face for staying up all night doing this. I was getting so tired near the end of Star Allies, confused on how I was still awake near the end. I was getting so bored of Star Allies, it was just nothingness for like an hour. Thankfully, I kind of knew what I was doing for Star Allies, so I wouldn't take 3 hours long. Nothing really interesting happened during this run. I was just really tired and I needed to just get through this game, and I ended up completing Star Allies with a 2 hour, 26, 35-second run. At the time, it was around 8 a.m. and I knew I needed to get some sleep, so I decided to pass out on my bed and sleep for around 4 hours till 12 to hopefully finish and carry out the rest of the run. I woke up at around 12 to hop straight into Kirby Superstar. I don't mind this game. It's different, but in a good way. The best casual starting game for Kirby players. I definitely had some mess ups in this run, although I did not soft reset too early like Ultra. I don't have a determined time for this one because on my splits, it says 5.5 hours, which that's not true. I slept for 4. So somewhere in the hour and a half range. Not gonna lie, putting Kirby 64 near the end of this marathon was probably not the best call. Don't get me wrong, this game is still pretty good. It's just, at the point I was at playing this, near the end, it felt so slow. The pacing of this game didn't age very well, and with my point of tiredness, I was just out of it. I had 2 complaints about this game. Factory inspection, and the final boss.
Oh my God.
What?! Wait. But I got a fucking game over! No. Oh my God!
I still haven't.
Holy shit. The end! Finally. If I can beat this guy in 4 minutes, I technically save time.
None. You're serious.
What the fuck? Oh. Oh my fucking God. Done with. Wait, I might have reset. I might have lived earlier. You're fucking kidding me. I'm not fucking. So I was a little upset. I don't think I've closed the game faster than that in my entire life. After that struggle of a ending for a game, I ended up being Miracle Matter at around 2-ish hours. I was so happy that I put my favorite Kirby game after this, or I would have been in shambles. After the nightmare that was Kirby 64, I was more than glad to move on to the GOAT Amazing Mirror. There's nothing really special about this section of the run. It felt more like filler. Amazing Mirror, I actually know what I'm doing. I have a somewhat decent time. Nothing really crazy happened. I was just playing normally. I was a lot more confident in running this because it was, one, a huge time saver. It's only 30 minutes, and two, it's pretty easy for me. On my splits, it says I beat this game at around 44 minutes, which isn't very true because I accidentally split too early in 64 and I didn't have an unsplit button, so it went into my Amazing Mirror time. Next up was the last big hurdle of this stupid speedrun. I was so tired of this entire marathon during Dreamland 3. I knew it was the last big game I had to get through this entire thing, but it was just killing me, dude. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy Dreamland 3, but running it is a whole different story. I was tired, I was cold, I just wanted to be done. With that, I just chugged through this game as much as I could. I ended up being Dreamland 3 at the 2 hour, 6 minute, and 1 second mark, but that was longer because I had food before I started. As soon as I got the last hit on DV, I hit the home button and jumped straight over to the Game Boy. This was it. 32 hours in, I'm on the final game, which I decided to let it be Kirby's Dreamland. I was locked in, playing at the top of my game. Yo. Top of my game. I had everyone in the chat. I had Hybrid, Aston, all my friends. I've never felt something like this before. I was on the last fight before a DVD, and then I would let. All right, here we go. This is it. I have spent hours training in each one of these games. Everyone was in my chat cheering me on, telling me, "You got this, you got this." After a long, heart-racing fight. Come on, come on, come on. GG! Oh my shit. And just like that, I completed the run. As of today, August 12th, 2025, this run still stands as the current world record for the solo category. Now, what did I learn from doing over a day speedrun? Please don't do this. This is not worth it. But in all seriousness, huge thank you to my friends who sat with me to play through all these games and made sure that I was okay through them. Also shouting out all of the speedrunners who helped me get to where I was at. Pro Hybrid, Dark Riolu, Quill, Corvus, and Aston. Thank you guys for teaching me how to do these games. I would have been ass at this run. But that's all I have to share. That was my experience running this. And if you're watching this, Aston probably bought me by now.